Thank you, baby.
You're welcome.
You ready? What you want to make love?
Yeah.
Hi, my name is LaShawn J, and welcome back to my channel. First, I just want to give a big thank you to WeTV for giving such good content for me to review. So today we're back with another Love After Lockup, episode 39, Drunk in Love, season 4. So the first couple I want to talk about would be Nathan and Skylar. So first we see Nathan, he's sitting down in a chair. He's talking about he don't think Skylar will come back. He's just sitting there waiting on her to come home. He's saying that he explains to WeTV, the cast, what transpired that day in the last episode when we saw them arguing and he kicked the guy out his car. So he's telling them what transpired that day. And he's just saying his side of the story was Skylar was ghosting him. She wasn't answering the phone. And he got mad. She came home drunk and he decided to get a drink himself. And this is how the argument started. He broke her phone. She broke his phone. And this is what he's telling us in this scene. We see Skylar. Her mom is supposed to be driving her home, but she takes a detour and she tells her, hey, I just want to bring you somewhere before I drop you off because I don't want you to go back. She's saying, hey, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? She's like, I don't want you to go back. So she brings her to the cemetery and she tells her, hey, I don't want to come visit you here. I want to visit you anywhere else but here. So she's basically telling Skylar that she doesn't want her to go back to her old ways, fighting with Nathan because he's a big trigger for her, drinking and getting back into the same lifestyle that she was in before, doing drugs, drinking, fighting, arguing, because he seems to trigger her. So she drops Skylar home, and Skylar walks in. She sits down across Nathan, and they begin to discuss what happened that day when they broke each other's phone. So she's just saying, hey, how are we going to not, Skylar saying to Nathan, how are we going to not let this happen again? And this is Skylar and Nathan's routine at this point. He says, well, you need to not ghost me. You need to not ignore me when you go out with your friends. And she was like, I did not do anything wrong. All I did was go hang out with my friend. I missed a couple calls from you. Nobody ghosted you. Nobody was ignoring you. It was a missed phone call. So Nathan continues on accusing her of ghosting him and not answering his phone call exactly when he calls her. He wants to keep tabs on her at all times, especially when she's out of sight. So she gets mad. She decides to walk out.
Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Come on. I'm sorry, we'll talk to you.
Are you stupid or something?
Walk out after her on the porch where all he has to do is say, hey, babe, give me a kiss. It's going to be okay. And that's it. So the argument is over now because he says, hey, give me a kiss. The argument is over.
There, hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
They go back on the couch. They pinky swear that they're going to be ride or dies forever. They're going to have baby kids together forever and ever. Like, he's constantly accusing her of doing things. He's too controlling. He's very manipulative. Why is she keep on doing this? Because it's just going to trigger her back into her old ways. I don't think that she needs to keep putting herself in this position where she's this young lady who just been released from prison and she can't even go hang out with her friends. Like, she's not an old grandma who wants to be in the house up under you all day, Nathan. Let her breathe. Give her some space. And Skylar needs to stop just falling for anything. Like, oh, now it's okay just because he said, babe, give me a kiss. And that's the end of it. The next couple I want to talk about is Travis and Ashley. So we see Travis and Ashley, they're in the car. They're driving to a bar. I think it was a sports club they went to. And they're talking about, he's telling Ashley that his mother doesn't agree with him marrying her. And she's like, well, that's weird. She was fine with me and Travis being together when I wasn't broke, when I had money. It wasn't an issue then. Now that I'm broke, it seems like now she doesn't want us to get married right away. What's the big deal with that? So they go to a bar and they're still talking about the same issue. Ashley does not want to move in with Travis's mom. She doesn't want to stay in nobody's basement. She wants her space, and she doesn't want somebody watching her all the time or what she's doing, her and Travis is doing, or judging her or critiquing her. So they're getting wasted. They're getting wasted, drunk in love. They're getting so drunk in love. So they're still talking about the same issue. Ashley is crying. She's just irate at this point. She's crying. She's had way too much to drink. They go outside to have a cigarette. Ashley loses it. She goes bonkers. She says to Travis, hold my bag, and starts to walk away. And he's like, where are you going? She's like, I don't know. Because she screamed, I don't want to live in somebody's basement. She's like, I don't know. She starts walking towards a dark alley. And he's like, okay, I'm going to meet up with you later. And she walks, she kicks off her shoes. She's...
Baby,
What the?
please come back to reality.
Huh? Dude?
Come here. What's the problem? Where are your shoes? Where are your shoes? Hey, come here. It's just for the time being.
Screaming, running around like a toddler, a drunk toddler at that. And Travis is like getting frustrated. He's pissed off. He's not drunk, but he's, feeling, he's a little tipsy. And here she is running around, walking around, screaming, crying, acting ridiculous.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Embarrassing him. And he said, he was like, hey, if I would have just went and violated her, I would have went back to jail. But I'm just going to have to try to calm her down. So he calls her and he tries to comfort her. And she's like, I feel like nobody understands me. Nobody is listening to me. I feel like nobody understands. And I don't know if she has on a wig or what kind of attachment. I don't understand why her hair looks like that every single episode. It's like, get it together, Ashley. Travis tries to comfort her and help her understand this is just for a short period of time because you're clearly broke. You have nowhere else to stay. You'll have no money for another hotel. So you're crying and throwing a tantrum. What is that going to do? Fix the problem. What she needs to understand is that it's just temporary. It is temporary. So why are you doing all of that? And I understand Travis' frustration. Like at this point, I would have just placed her purse down on the floor and walked away. I would have just walked. I would have called the cab. It's like, can I get an Uber? Something, because I'm not about to deal with this grown lady who made these decisions that reflected on herself. Tantrum at this point. This is ridiculous. Next couple I want to talk about is Justine and Michael. So we see in this scene, Michael is getting ready to go to the studio, and he let Justine know that, hey, I'm about to head off to the studio. So she's like, okay, have fun. He says, so what time your mom is going to be home? And she's like, well, she'll be around 5. So they were talking, and he said, so I hope you're not going to tell your mom about you being pregnant. And she was like, yeah, this is the best time to tell her. She's going to be in town. And he was like, but your mom is going to say, what sense does it make for you to quit your job when you find out you're pregnant?
You're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
That is what we have been saying all along. Michael, did you not think about that when you asked her to quit her job after y'all took that pregnancy test in the bathroom? That was the main problem I think everybody had and question everybody had. What sense does it make to quit your job when you found out you were pregnant? But she was just like, well, this is just the best time to tell her. I'm not going to tell her without you being there. And he was like, okay, because he was kind of getting loud talking about the pregnancy. And she's like, oh, shh, I don't want the kids to find out. I mean, you can't hide a pregnancy. So Michael goes to the studio. I guess he takes her car because when her mom comes, she and the mother meet up. Michael is running late, so they decide to walk because it's not that far. So they're walking and talking. Justine's mom, Sherry, she asked Justine, how's everything going? How are y'all adjusting? How is the kids adjusting? And she's like, everything is going fine. Michael is adjusting fine. Everything is good. She said, yeah, it's fun now, but if babies start coming along, mommy and daddy's not going to have that much time like they do now. And she was like, when babies come along, it'll be good too. And the mother was like, you know what? We're going to cross that. We're going to talk about that when the time comes. It's because y'all already have 7 kids, and that is enough. So she was like, we're going to talk about that when the time comes. And then Justine was like, well, the time is now. So the mother's like, okay, what are you trying to tell me? I hope this dinner is not no surprise. What are you trying to tell me? So they're walking, Justine trying to ignore which the little smart comment she said. Like, she already hinted to her mother that she's pregnant. Like, so they're walking, they walk to the diner. I think it was a diner they was at. And she's just like, Justine, cut to the chase. I don't have time to play these games with you. You're grown. I'm grown. I'm too old for this. What are you trying to tell me? Are you pregnant? And Justine was like, yeah, I'm pregnant. And she got instantly pissed. She's like, I'm just disappointed. Like, y'all already have 7 kids between the two of y'all. And now you're going to bring another kid in the world? And she's like, you don't have to worry about it. She's like, yes, I do have to worry about it. Yes, I do. When I'm the one helping you, the father's not helping you. So yes, I do. So now I really see why Justine had to really tell her mother, because her mother is a big part of her support system. You can't keep that from somebody who's supporting you. So she definitely had to tell her, and tell her right away. So she's like pissed. 1 hour later, Michael walks in, and he's late. And as soon as he walks in, Sherry starts drilling him with questions like, so yeah, she gave me some news today. Y'all are pregnant. How are y'all going to support 7 kids plus a baby on the way? I don't know how you make your money. How is all these bills going to get paid? How is these kids going to get fed? And oh, yes. And Justine told her she quits her job. This is when Sherry was telling Justine, hey, I'm very disappointed in you. I would be too. I'm very disappointed in you. And she's grilling Michael, and she's asking Michael, so how are y'all supposed to be taking care of all this stuff when you have 7 kids, 1 on the way, no job between y'all? She's like, I don't know how you make your money, but I'm going to need to know, how do you plan on supporting these kids and this grown woman? So he was like, I could show you better than I could tell you. You know, I could show you better than I could tell you. I plan on supporting them. I plan on being there. This is my wife. We wanted to hurry up and start our family and extend our family. And she's just like, so what is the plan? What is the plan?
Right now, a nightmare. What is the plan? Yeah, I mean, seriously, because now I have to worry.
There is no plan. The plan is to just leave it in God's hands.
Come on, yeah, I can't believe this. Leaving in God's hands, huh? What the
Michael follows her, and he goes to talk to her, and he says to her, hey, you know what? I'm the one who paid the rent in the house this month. I paid the rent in the house this month. And I'm going to be there to support her and the kids. And I didn't want to be smart. That came out smart, but I don't want to be a a-hole and be smart. But, you know, I'm going to be there. I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. I'm going to take care of her, and I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to show you that I'm going to step up to the plate. And she was just telling him, you know what, I'm very disappointed because I'm paying her bills when I'm really more pissed that she quit her job, because she had that job for 3 years. She moved out here. She's been supporting herself. I've been helping her. She has 3 kids. She's not receiving child support. I'm the one who's going to be stuck helping her. That's my child. She's grown, but I'm still going to be stuck helping her. And you know what? I understand where she's coming from. She's going to be stuck helping her daughter when the relationships doesn't pan out, because it's happened 3 times already. How many times can she do the same mistake? That exact her mother's words, and that's true. How many times she got pregnant with the first guy, it didn't work out. She got pregnant with the second, the third. So her mother is just getting very frustrated. She's like, he's only been out of jail a month, and you're pregnant by this man and about to have a baby with him. You don't even know if y'all gonna be together 9 months down the road before this baby comes here. So her mother has a good valid reason to be mad. So she just was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm ready to go back to the hotel. Take me back to the hotel. So Michael goes in. He goes and gets Justine, because Justine was like, oh, Michael is the right person to talk to her, because right now there's nothing I could say. And Justine, what? You need to go and explain to your mother, who's been helping you and your 3 kids before Michael came along, why you just decided to go up, deliberately get pregnant. It wasn't an accident. He only been out for a month. Get pregnant, quit your job, and do all these irresponsible things as a grown woman. But you let him go handle it. Okay, it's nothing you can say. She's very, her immatureness is just shining right now. Very immature. So he gets her, they drive in the car. The mom is still mad. Justine starts getting on the defense about everything. They drop the mother to the hotel, And Michael is mad. He's pissed because he was like, you was not supposed to say anything without me being there. And now I'm ambushed and on the attack by your mother and don't even know what's going on because you decided to tell her, oh, she dragged it out of you. How she dragged it out of you? If you didn't make that little smart remark, then she wouldn't have gotten no clue. You would have waited, have a real casual conversation with her. And then when Michael came, y'all told her together because you told him you wasn't going to tell her until he got there. But you still went ahead and told her. So he's driving. They start arguing. He pulls up to the house and he was like, you park your car. And he walks out the car and left her in the car, sitting in the car. She only 1 month pregnant. And this is how he acting? Can't wait to see 9. Cannot wait to see 9 months. So the next couple I want to talk about is Cameron and Aerys. So Cameron is stumbling all the way to the hotel. He doesn't even know how he got to the hotel. He's talking about he doesn't remember anything. He don't remember how he got there. His knuckles is red. He don't even remember if he punched somebody. Did he punch somebody? And then he says, that's how it should be.
Stop it. Get some help.
So he stumbles all the way to the hotel. He can't even get on the escalator. The production crew is asking him, are you okay? Can you make it on the escalator? And he's stumbling. He's on the escalator. He finds a seat. He sits down in the seat and he's looking for his phone. He puts on his glasses and he falls asleep. Meanwhile, Aerys is upstairs in the hotel, sick, sweating, about to throw up. I don't know if she's pregnant. Maybe she's pregnant. But maybe she caught the stomach virus. Maybe she caught a flu from that cake eating and drinking in a parking lot at that wedding. Who knows? She's like, hey, Cameron, I can't get in touch with him. He left hours ago. His location is on a standstill. And it was daytime when he left. Now it's nighttime. I don't know where he's at. So she's back and forth, washing her face, trying not to throw up, feeling sick, running a fever. And Cameron stumbles into the room. He finally wakes up out of his slumber and he gets up to the room. He finally finds his way to the room. So he walks in and he lays on the bed and she's like, did you get my medicine? I've been trying to get in touch with you. I'm sick. Did you get my Gatorade? Did you get me some water? And he says to her, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't get it. I didn't get it, baby. I didn't get it, boo-boo. Something like that. And she's like, are you drunk? And I'm like, you can't tell?
You're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
So he's laying on the bed and she's just like frustrated at this point. And she's just like, I told you to go and have fun, but this is exactly the reason why I didn't want to go with you. This is exactly the reason why I didn't want to go. Because you was going to drink too much. That's exactly why. So he says, no, the reason why is because you didn't go. And I'm arguing back and forth with my sisters about why you didn't come. And she's like, okay, whatever, Cameron, you sound stupid. Just be quiet. So he puts his head down on the pillow. And she starts arguing with him again. You know, telling him he shouldn't be drinking. And she wants him to have fun, but she didn't want him to get so drunk.
You did exactly what I told you not to do.
Divorce me.
And then he looks at her and he takes the ring off. He's like, this is an asshole ring. And he throws the ring to her.
You serious?
So she gets mad. She takes the ring and she's like in shock. Like, and she was like, you know what? You need to find somewhere else to sleep. And she's like trying to shake him and push him off the bed. Well, fake push him off the bed. He's like 4'11". Like, she's trying to fake push him off the bed. And she's like, no, get up, get out. And he just lays there. He finally gets up and he goes lays on the floor. And I'm just like, the two of them is just a mess. So you really thought that he was not going to drink as much because you told him not to. Okay. And then she talked about the sisters being disrespectful. All they wanted to know was, why wasn't you there? You were supposed to be at this party. Why didn't you come? But yeah, the two of them, the next couple I want to talk about is Monique and Derek. So in this scene, we see Monique and Derek. They're getting ready to go to his Big Ma house, the same house where he went the first time and he ended up in a high-speed chase. So they get dressed, they get ready, they go to Big Ma house. He's like, Monique, don't worry about it. They're different. They're not like my brother and sister. They're very welcoming. They're very nice people. So they get to Big Ma house. He sees his father. He hugs his father. His father's just so happy to see him. His father was just like, I'm so happy he's home. He thought I was going to cry, but I didn't cry. He's happy that he's out. He remembered when he first got locked up in 2013, and he's just so happy for him to be here with him right now. Big Ma is excited. Big Ma hugs him. She's happy to see him. He introduces Monique. This is his girlfriend. He said, this is my girlfriend, Monique. She's the one who's been holding me down for the last 2 years. She's been solid with everything. And, Big Ma hugs her. The father was like, if he loves you, we love you. So they sit down there talking at the table. Big Ma asked Monique, so how did the two of you meet? And Monique was like, well, we met on Facebook. He had like a post and he was looking for a friend and she was there. And so Big Ma was like, so you had an ad out? And they started laughing. So then Derek and his dad gets up from the table to go talk outside, have a little one-on-one with each other. And Monique was like, okay, Monique was left with Big Ma. Now, instead of Monique getting to know Big Ma and talking and getting to know the family a little more, she decides to go find some place to hide the cameras.
Stop it. Get some help.
So Monique asks, hey, can I use the bathroom? And Big Ma tell her, yeah, the bathroom is straight down the hall. Straight down the hall. Don't make a left, don't make a right. Straight down the hall. So Monique decides to go into the room Derek is going to be staying in. And she's starting to look for places to hide a hidden camera. So she's looking through his stuff. She finds a little book where he had like old numbers way before he met her. And she's like, oh, he has lingerie and he has this and he has that. Looking for places to hide a camera. So Derek is done talking to his dad and he walks in and he's like, where's Monique? And he's calling her Monique, Monique. And she's like, what are you doing in here? And she was like, oh, I was just looking for the bathroom. He's like, the bathroom is right here. What are you doing in here? Why are you going through my stuff? And she's smiling. I mean, she has a permanent smile. She's always like this. I don't understand. She never looks like mad, like ever. She's never. Monique, it's okay to have a facial expression once in a while. She's always. So he's like, what are you doing? What do you have in your hand? And she's like, nothing. I have nothing in my hand. So he clearly could see you have something in your hand. He takes the book out her hand and they walk back to the dining room table. So Big Ma and his father was sitting there and they was talking to Monique and he was like, you know what? Yeah, we accept you and everything. She starts crying. She was like, I feel like I'm so happy that y'all accept me because I feel like everybody takes our relationship for a joke. And this just makes me feel good. Derek is like, you're crying? Everybody was like, you don't have to cry. It's okay. So Big Ma was saying that she feel like the reason why Monique feels like that is because of her weight and people judging her and Derek. And I mean, when they walked in, you could see why people would be judging them. But so Derek is still pissed that Monique is going through his things. And he said he's going to talk to her later. So they're driving back home and he says, hey, are we still going to meet up with my brothers and sister because they want to squash everything with you? And she was like, no, we can meet up with them tomorrow. But today I just want to go home. I want to cook you dinner and, just have time to ourselves. So they go home. She's cooking him dinner. Derek already looked like he had too much to drink before she popped the champagne. So she was cooking him a little salmon dinner. She said, and this is your surprise right here. And she gave him some champagne. And he opens the bottle of champagne and pops it right on her stomach. And she was like, Derek, why would you do that? And he was like, oh, I didn't know. And I'm like, he said that bottle of champagne was his favorite, but he didn't know it was going to do that when you open it. He was like, he says to Monique, don't worry about it. You stinky, I'm going to lick it off of you.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
So they sit down to have dinner. They're talking and they're drinking their champagne. And she's just like, I remember when we used to talk about me cooking you dinner, and now we're doing it. I can't believe it. It's like a dream come true. And he's like, yeah, I want you to do this every night. I want you to cook me dinner every night, just like this. And I'm gonna cook for you too. I'm gonna cook for you too. And I'm just like, okay. So Derek, they didn't even finish their plate. Derek grabs Monique and he's like, come on, I'm ready for dessert. He was ready for dessert. He grabs her, he starts kissing on her. They made their way to the bed where he proceeds to try to climb on top of her and make love, I guess.
I want this to work. At the same time, it's temptation out here. You never know what happened when she going back to Chicago, me being out here. I hope everything goes as planned, like we talk about, but
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
Yeah. So that scenario was, yeah, crazy. So he's trying to, I don't even know what he was trying to do at this point. I'm just like, what is he doing? But if you like it, I love it. So that was the end of the episode for Drunk in Love. And clearly we see everyone was drunk in love. So please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will catch you next time for another episode of Love After Lockup.